I think the stream might have gone down. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, might have been a stream hiccup. Sadly, we did not see. Was it 10 pack of bombs on the bottle vendor? The tavern did not have anything. I don't think it was the park. Yeah, so it was one on the library. So we're all caught up basically. Only the chicken hunt I think is missing out of the checks we haven't seen. Oh, just some more. So Kakariko, gloves, and hookshot, and otherwise not much. I do like the
worst. Not the worst Kakariko I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I do like the hookshot for sure. It makes traversing a lot easier without the boots because you can pull yourself to various objects, and as Terranigma hack there just demonstrated. And of course you can stun enemies, so not only can you check the stun price, but also they're not a pain in the neck to deal with.
So Terranigma going back to the uncle that he hadn't done yet. While Hitsuyan, I think, is going back to the escape.
Yeah, with the sword in hand, I guess Terranigma is going to route the front of escape in as well.
Walkick's doing the blind check of the race game. He will be disappointed.
Yeah, just the heart piece.
Poor guy. There's a key in the back of escape. Hitsuyan is going to the dark room. This is not the easiest dark room, but with a sword, it's not that bad.
Yeah, there was a bow and a map also in the back of escape there.
The key was more exciting, though, right?
Well,
yeah, I love to find a key there when I have a sword.
When we have a map and the map and the key, that means that Dark Pulse is guaranteed to have a map.
Oh, Walkix missed the hookshot clip in the dam. Feels bad, man. It seems making his way through. I think he went too far south. He's in the right area now. Just needs to find that chest.
A unique item is drowned in the dam, or outside of the dam.
There was a unique item? What was it?
The single arrow.
And he didn't pick it up? Oh,
Walkix.
Why? How is he ever gonna kill Ganon?
Yeah, without the arrow of destiny in hand.
Everyone knows that the single arrow will one-shot Ganon in phase 4, but you do have to get through all your other arrows first to find it in your inventory. No, I'm kidding. Of course, the single arrow is completely pointless, but it does count as a unique item for the hint tiles.
Yeah. We do have a flute and a moon pearl in the mini Moldrum cave. That's also some good value. Walkix knowing fluting to 8 is a bit faster than walking there to the Ice Rock Cave. And Ice Palace has our green pendant as Hitsuyan talks to Sahasrara.
Hitsuyan making the play into Eastern. This makes a lot of sense with the bow in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's not all in logic without the lamp, but he can do those dark rooms, no problem.
Yeah. The first one is probably one of the easiest dark rooms, or the first section rather. One of the easiest dark rooms.
For sure. One of the nice things about all dungeons is that he is gonna have to full clear, or he's gonna have to kill the boss at every pendant dungeon anyway. So you don't feel bad about going in this dungeon at all, where you would in a normal seed.
For sure. So Leslie is gonna go to Ice Rock Cave. And And Wolfkick's also going through the dark rooms in the sewers. We're still on the lookout for a hammer or a second glove for Dark World Axis.
At this point, it really looks like it's probably going to be up in the mountain with that flute and hookshot combo. But there's no reason to rush to it. You know, if you have this dungeon you can full clear right now, might as well. Eastern pretty empty so far.
Yeah. Some bombs required a hookshot. Thanks, game.
Wallkick's the first person to activate his flute. Leslie right behind him, though.
Yeah, the flute makes checking Desert Legend Agena a lot more attractive. So Hitsuyan makes it through the second dark part in this thing. That one is a bit tricky because you have to line up your bow with the Igor. And,
a sword definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yes,
being able to see like how far right you've gone in the room after entering.
That and
just familiar with the Igor's positioning, it's not so bad.
And you can also take up the popos a lot easier, and like just reset the room so the Igor is back in its original position. And we're on to Armos Knights, so Hitsuyan is going to be the first run to take on a boss.
Just barely got that top right. Very nice.
Yeah. But Eastern Palace completely empty. Only garbage, really. Other than the pendant that we need, of course.
It's pretty standard, though. You know, if you get the bow early, you know, the places that the bow leads you generally end up being empty because the game's just that friendly. Oh, Leslie having some trouble.
Yeah, Leslie getting a bit bullied. Yeah, bullied by the boulders there.
Alright, he made it through. No more boulders.
At least on this climb. Oh. Flipper's on top of Spectacle Rock, so we are going to need a mirror to get there.
This is interesting to me that all three of our runners are deciding to go up the mountain instead of into Eastern. Maybe they're not as comfortable with the dark rooms as Hitsuyan, but I don't think that's true. It just makes a lot of sense to me. Let's do this dungeon right now, and we'll go get that hammer later.
So while the item inside of Spectral Rock that both Leslie and Ternigma skipped is not very useful, the hint might
Whoa! Nice hint.
Mimic Cave, one of those out-of-the-way locations. We know there's a unique item in there. Of course, it can be like the bug net or a boomerang, but
even if it is progression, having that hint knowledge can actually hurt wall kicks. Say, like if the mirror was in Turtle Rock, wall kicks would be less likely to want to go in there, right? Because he wants to wait for that mirror to do Turtle Rock. Where the other players, they would assume Mimic Cave is nothing. So only time can tell. Okay, well, mirror is just a Paradox game. Never mind. Never mind. So no one's gonna get hurt by the hint tile because everyone will have the mirror when they go into Turtle Rock.
The Aghanim startup package here as well in Paradox Cave as we get the Master Sword and the Lantern along with the mirror. So Aghanim's Tower is in logic now. So that is a pretty stacked Death Mountain. Got the flippers, got the mirror.
Wasn't pretty good.
Yeah. So of course, Spiral Cave is left, and we can also now clear Tower of Terra.
Unfortunately, without the hammer, they'll have to come back up the long way.
Yeah. But he can grab the flippers off of Spectacle Rock right as they proceed over there.
Sure. Yeah, it's just a little bit of punish for having gone up the mirror side first to check Spectacle Rock, but you know, it's not that big a deal. Everybody else also did that.
Yeah, it's basically everybody will assume that they'll not find the mirror in Paradox Cave. So everybody
yeah,
will.
It's pretty standard routing to check Spectacle Rock and then go to the hookshot side.
Yeah, especially because you can jump down from Spectacle Rock and land near the pathway to the bridge.
Yeah, the hope there is that the hammer is just in Spectacle Rock, and it saves you a big long trip through the hookshot side.
Yeah.
Alright, I missed the floating island before, but it was Bugnet.
Well, it's one of the trash unique items that can't be in Mimic Cave anymore.
Just to answer chat, Hitsuyan is definitely not behind. He cleared Eastern. The other players will go do that as well at some point, and any time that he has lost will be gained back at that point.
And the lobby hints us to the Mire Shed as well. So
I think it's at Misery Mire.
Near Misery Mire. It's at near Misery
Mire. Did it say near?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't read, so... I could have sworn it said in Misery Mire.
Nah, it is. I'm pretty sure it was near.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, chat is backing me up.
Whatever, chat. Second hint, less useful.
Yeah.
Terranigma hookshotting across to get the big chest, but without the boots, he does have to fall back down.
Yeah, without the boots, you have to do the bomb jump, and then you can hookshot back across. But
yeah, ideally you do the bomb jump here, but if it's not a bomb jump that you're 100% sure of, it's usually better just to go around because falling is so detrimental.
For sure, yeah.
Leslie opted to fall down to the big chest. I'm not sure which is faster. It's probably about a wash. Hitsuyan, now with his fluid, activates it. I imagine he'll go to the mountain next.
Yeah.
Or to Ice Rock Cave, either way.
And we're on to Moldorm.
It is 3 Master Sword spins to finish this guy.
And see, looks like bullying is the theme of this seed so far as Moldorm.
Yeah, sometimes you just get seeds where it feels like every enemy is just out to get you.
Yeah. And there's the second item, so we don't need to go to the basement. That's relief. Get our vanilla red pendant.
Wallkick's also opting to drop down.
So both of the pendant dungeons that we currently can access have been rubbish.
I would say it's a little weird that nobody was willing to do the bomb jump, but like one of the most common ways to do the bomb jump involves using the boots to extend your bomb jump trajectory or what have you. So if that's the way you learn, obviously you wouldn't be able to do that without the boots.
Yeah, this hint is probably the biggest value that we got out of it, and it's not exactly a very useful hint either because we already have the flute. So once we find the myths, the Marshed is like one of the first destinations most runners will go for.
So at this point, it does look like our Dark World access will be behind the Flippers or Aga.
Yeah. There are still a couple of checks we can make. Of course, nobody has Sora money, because even though we got a bunch of money drops early on, it wasn't really like any of the 300 drops.
Conversely, though, even though they do have to do Aga, like Aga is required for the seed, it's not your ideal Dark World access.
Oh yeah.
Having Aga dead means that every time you save and quit in the Dark World with the mirror, you'll have to start in the pyramid again. Starting from Aga, you can really only go to like Catfish and Pod, but you don't really want to go to Pod without the hammer. Like it's uncomfortable to start from Aga.
Yeah.
So I would imagine people would do the flipper checks first. Looks like Terranigma agrees. He's going over to Hobo. Or to Eastern.
Wallkicks did make a check into Agina's cave here, and on the Desert Ledge as well. The Desert Ledge had nothing of value, but Agina had a bottle of red goo, so that sick hit check also opened.
Not bad.
Plus, of course, nice safety to have some red potion stacked.
Wallkick's headed to front of Escape, even though he has bow and lamp. I'm surprised he doesn't go to Eastern here. Maybe he will just do Aga after front of Escape.
Yeah. There's also, of course, some runners have pet locations that they like to do because one time they forgot about it and it came to bite them. And Hitsuyan picking up the Master Sword, the lamp, and of course the mirror.
Our first flipper check is the Titan's Mitts from Hobo.
Oh!
That is Dark World access for Terranigma. But it's not that much better than doing Aga, though.
Yeah.
Hammerless Dark World access is very, very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, we don't really have any weapons that give us good access to clear out like the western side of Dark World either. We don't have a fire rod for Skullwoods, and of course we don't have the hammer for the big chests in Easttown.
Terranigma opting to go to the Zora area without the rupees for Zora. I would have thought we'd see a Houlihan, but to each his own. The mitts do give access to that Mireshed unique item, though. It might be something good.
Yeah.
It's probably just the boots.
Oh, just the boots.
Just the boots. Yeah, so with the hint tiles, there is one hint tile in the game that will always be referring to the boots. So every time you see like a unique item one, I'm always thinking it might be the boots.
Bombs on the ledge. Nothing of value in the waterfall cave, which means that we still need about 250 rupees on Terranigma Hex's side to even get to Sora.
Wallkicks is opting to go straight to Aga. He knows it's required, so he doesn't mind doing it.
And we're about to see what the Marshed holds for us. Of course, with the mirror, the mitts, and everything, the lamp, if we find the big key, we can also clear the backside of Desert Palace.
And that was the Quake Medallion to enter Misery Mire, if our trackers missed it. And then Bombos in Mire's Shed.
Yeah. The wrong key. Under the rug. Well, Bombos might come in handy. It might be the entrance to Triple Rock, or we may even need to use it for Ice Pallet back if the Fire Rod is within it.
Leslie down to 2 hearts here in Aga Tower. Just don't fall. Don't fall, Leslie.
Yeah.
Looks like Terranigma is going to dip into desert for us. We'll find out if its boots locked.
Checking the ledge first, of course. I assume that Terranigma is also gonna pick up Athena while we're already here. Get that bottle.
And Hitzian also not doing the bomb jump. Oh, this is weird to me because, like, I never learned the boot setup for that bomb jump. So, like, with just a sword, I can always do it.
So, Desert Palace is boots locked. Big T's on the porch. However, we also got a hint that Ether is either on Zora or Catfish.
Oh, it was a grumpy fish?
With the fishes.
Oh, with the fishes.
And Small Key, sadly, also not in this center chest.
Leslie lost some time in Aga Tower behind wall kicks now. I'm not sure what happened.
Terranigma Heck could have stolen a key. I think he was thinking about it because it pulled up the rocks that let you go into the backside of the Desert Palace, but opts not to do it.
Stealing the key in desert is an extremely gambly play. It is very slow to go all the way to the back to get the key, to go all the way back to the right side, just to find what is likely map and compass. But
Yeah.
It's paid off before.
Yeah, especially Terranigma Hack know, or well, we know, Terranigma as well as us know that the small key has to be in the big chest. So. And our sick kid.
Hitzian is doing the hula hand, so he will be going to Zora, giving us our first look at that.
Yeah, Terranigma did just get a lot of money off of the sick kid, so could also go to Zora if they wanted to.
What I'd expect from Hitzian here is to go to Hobo, and then Aga, and then Catfish in the Zora area. It looks like he's going to be skipping Hobo though.
And I missed the Dark World map check earlier, but I just saw it on Leslie's side, and it was 5-6 crystals in Pod and Feather Rock.
Well, that crosses off like 10 items that can't be in Pyramid Fairy.
There's still a good chunk of items that could be in Pyramid Fairy.
So we have some route divergence here. Leslie and Wallkicks both opting to go straight to Pod, where Terranigma, using those mitts from Hobo, started in Kakariko and headed over to Thieves Town. Both of these dungeons cannot be 100% full clear without the hammer, but Thieves Town, if there's nothing in that big chest, it can be.
Yeah. It looks like both Leslie and Wallkicks mirror over to Sahasrara, and then will he probably will mirror over to Eastern. Yeah, after going to Pod, or before going to Pod and after opening it. And Terranigma did find a blue mail in the chest game, so a little bit of safety there. Oh, hello. That's a red cane.
Deep Sun is a great dungeon to have blue mail in. These Zazaks are not the friendliest of enemies.
Yeah, they hurt like a truck, and the red ones especially are annoying because they can be covered by the first floor or second floor tiles.
Yeah, the
And
little bridges all through those
Yeah.
first 4 rooms
Yeah.
can hide their location.
They can shoot you from off screen, which is, you know, or well, from cover rather. Looks like Enigma Hack is opting to proceed into Easttown here.
And Leslie's doing pod before Eastern. This isn't crazy though, because like after you've done every chest except for the boss, you mirror back to the front anyway. So if he hasn't found the hammer at that point, I would think he would just do Eastern.
And we got a vanilla bottle in the purple chest, so that's actually a good hint. That's a bit of an out-of-the-way overworld check that we'd rather skip, so...
Well, until Leslie finds another bottle, he might end up doing it anyway.
That's true.
I would imagine he would find that Agena escape bottle first, though. As with the mirror and the flute, like you go over to the Mire area before you start dipping stuff like that. Ether is held with the fishes. Wow, where have I seen that before?
Yeah, that's a palace.
Bow-locked big key, that's kind of nice.
We're still missing the small key and the compass. So...
Hammer in Palace of Darkness. Leslie bombs the chest.
In the vanilla big key chest.
So this is actually pretty huge because I don't think Hitsune's going to go straight into pod. Wall Kicks will find it though, because he will definitely be doing pod after Eastern.
Yeah.
Did Hitsuan not check the pyramid?
Hitsuan has not been in the Dark World up until now.
No, I mean just now. Like I think he just walked off the pyramid.
No. He did check it.
Oh, he did check. Okay, I missed it then. Yeah, he's gonna mirror over to Hobo, and he might do pod, but I would think he'd just go up to Catfish instead.
So the Maiden's chest had the small key for us, which means that if Blind has the compass, there's an item in the big chest that Enigma Hack is not going to pick up for now.
Isn't Thieves Town a great dungeon?
Oh yes.
We have some powder here in the rupee basement of pod. And Leslie is collecting rupees, preparing for a Zora check after this.
Knowing that Ether is on there, and it might be required for TR.
Wallkick's going for a bottom right shred on Armos. Not ideal, but he's got it. And no blind script from Terranigma, but you know, he even with 6 hearts, like it's not so bad if you can just dodge for a little bit.
Yeah, 6 hearts, blue mail, Cane of Samaria strats.
The cane is not helping.
Oh,
potion.
Yeah.
There we go. He's got it. He's got it.
Didn't need it, but peace of mind at least.
A slower blind fight is always better than a blind death.
Yeah. That said, the compass was on blind. Unfortunately, that means that Enigma had. Yeah. Terra is going to abandon that chest. While both Hitsu and Wallkicks enter pod here, I'm going to find their hammer soon, hopefully.
So this is really great news for Hitsuan that he's opted to go into pod. instead of just going to catfish like I had been saying. Did Wall Kicks not do pot?
Hmm?
Oh no, he's in pot. I'm crazy. Okay.
I was
Like, wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. These rooms look familiar, you guys. I think I've played this game before. I thought he was in the hallway, and I was like, what is he doing at Thieves Town? I'm back on track. I know what's happening.
Meanwhile, we're gonna see some Dark World overworld checks here from Terra, while the other runners are retracing each other's steps, and we're gonna see Leslie on the way to King Helmazar. Just a hard piece, but still somewhat low in life, so Terra opts to pick it up. That was nearly 30 days.
So Terra will almost certainly continue on past Hype Cave into Pod and Eastern. So he will get that hammer eventually. Just a little bit behind. And unfortunately, Terra's routing is going to end up with an item orphan in both hammer pegs and the big chest of Thieves. Hitzian nailing that bomb jump.
Yeah, always nice to see a good hammer jump.
With the mirror in hand, it's not really a big time save. Like, it's just a couple seconds or something, I think. But it's, you know, pretty swag.
And Leslie takes on King Helmazar, which did not have anything. So we know that Pot only has the hammer for us. Which,
Turning
you know,
picking up the purple chest, but I believe he was one of the players. Oh, he was the only player who isn't going to find the hints about the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, and the powder, right? Hammer and the powder and pot.
Oh yeah, the powder. That's right. You're right. Well, powder is like whether or not its progression is still up in the air.
Yeah, very true. But it's still nice to have. You know, there's quite a few dungeons where having powder can definitely save you some life.
Yeah, that's certainly true.
I'm really hoping for Shovel in Cave 45, just to punish Terranigma for doing it second. Oh, feels bad, man. So between Cave 45 and Stumpy, you typically want to do Cave 45 first, just in case the Shovel is there, and then you can do Shovel while checking Stumpy. Where if it was Shovel in Cave 45, Terranigma would have to go back to the Stumpy area, and it's just really slow. But of course, you don't learn lessons like that until you've been screwed over by them, right?
Yeah.
Terranigma, turn in the purple chest, then go to Hype Cave. There you go.
We'll get their second bottle here. Let's hope at least the content might be useful. Nope.
Just a B.
It's a good friend, but we don't need a friend right now.
No swamp dive for Terranigma.
Yeah, no check for that hint at the very least.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to do like the first chest of the swamp or anything, but the hint, especially when you're walking past it with this routing, it makes some sense to go in there and look at it real quick. Especially seeing as you have no clue where the boots are, and every hint could be that boots in.
Alright.
High Cave, do you love us?
Well,
High Cave
yes.
does love us, but not in the way we wanted. I just want to be friends, Hype Cave. I'm sorry, I don't see you that way.
Well, I mean, at least we got a bendy stick out of it.
Wall kicks crushing Helmosaur with some arrows in the eye gem thing. What biological purpose does that gem in his face serve, I wonder? Does it store like his telekinetic power?
Maybe like that's where his bioluminescence is from.
Oh yeah, maybe.
You know, because he probably wants to navigate dark rooms.
Wall Kicks finishing up his second dungeon in this area. He'll be moving on. Maybe Hype Cave? Yeah, looks like Hype Cave. Terranigma did not continue into Palace of Darkness, instead going Aga. This isn't crazy though, because you can just do Pod after Aga. But I mean, at that point, I'm thinking, you know what? I don't want to do Aga until the end of the game.
Yeah,
Just pair it with right before Ganon.
especially since killing Aga, as you mentioned earlier, makes mirror traversal a bit more of a pain, and also some of the light rope traversal can be a bit more obnoxious because of the tektites that are on Death Mountain and stuff.
The like 30 red guards hanging in front of Eastern.
Yeah. So.
Hitzian Fallen, that unique item in Meyer Shed hint, only gonna find Bombos though.
Well,
although from Hit's point of view, Bombos means Ice Palace, which means pedestal, which means fun memes. Let's go.
Well, I mean, oh, Hitzian did already pick up the mitts from Hobo. That's good. Okay. I did not catch that.
Yeah, he checked Hobo right before Pod. I believe he still hasn't done the flipper checks though. The other flipper checks.
Yeah, Zora is still open.
Since he's put it off for so long, he will be able to pair it with Catfish, which is, you know, really nice.
Yeah.
Wall Kicks opting to go into Swamp though. This guy. Well, I think I know where the boots are. No, the boots cannot be in Ganon's Tower, actually.
Yeah, but that's what being a Bootslock. That is out of the question. So the suffering for the runners is not going to be as prolonged. However, it could still be that Mimic Cave hint that was the Boots hint for us.
Yeah, I think Mimic Cave is probably our most likely candidate for boots at this point. Leslie headed into Thieves Town soon. We will finally get to see what's in that big chest that Terranigma was unable to check. If it is progression, Terranigma is in a rough position. It can be very difficult to make your way back to Thieves Town after a work opening it.
Yeah. Those two isolated hammer checks in Dark Village.
Hopefully, if it is progression, that it's something that locks a lot of stuff, like Cane of Samaria. Or the Fire Rod.
I mean, Cane of Samaria already was found in Thieves Town, so...
Oh, right. Okay, we'll Fire Rod then. But if it's something that doesn't lock very much, like the Ice Rod, then Terranigma will be able to go everywhere in the game except for Trinex until they're bottlenecked by that location.
Yeah, of course, hoping that the big chest has nothing of value at all, whether it's a progression item that like opens up a lot or one that we just need for one check.
Yeah, it's definitely ideal for Terranigma. Although I think the other players, they want progression to be there because they with the hammer. Wall kick's going left side.
So many items still available, and I think we found at least a map. Not exactly a bad play, I would say.
Well, everyone knows that left side has a 175% chance of having progression.
That is fair.
Unfortunately, it also has like a 500% chance of having the big key.
Well, at least then we can pick up the big chest on the way to the back. So.
It's actually greatly amusing how often the big key is on left side. Like, as far as I can tell, there's no logical reason like why it would be on left side more than anything else. And it may not be, and it's just confirmation bias. But it feels like every seed, it's big key left side.
Hitzion hot on wall kicks his heels here.
I was really hoping to go Ice Palace. Oh look, the big key, left side swamp. Imagine that, you guys.
Koi, are you a witch?
I have been accused of such things.
Sadly, unless the big chest has something useful, left side not paying out.
Well, with the left side locking at least one item, you can be sure that most players are going to end up doing it. So it's not really a time loss from Wallkick's point of view. In fact, it's actually a time gain for him because he did it before the boss, so he didn't have to walk back in the dungeon.
Hitsu also is doing left side first, so
the left side was empty, but it did lock 2 items.
Yeah. Well, there's the Ether Medallion, which means Sora still is a mystery. And Terranigma did not mirror over?
Oh, you're right, he didn't. Maybe he just forgot that he hadn't done Zora? I'm actually surprised that Hitzion has not gone to that area yet, because remember he did the Houlihan right before Aga 1.
Yeah.
And I was so sure he was going to do Catfish in Azor area right after. Of course, he made the better play and got the hammer and pod.
Yeah, maybe it was in preparation for if there was nothing in pod or not hammer in pod at least.
Right.
He would have gone up to Catfish and then mirrored over. So there's our compass, which I think means that Argus will have the last item.
So I totally missed it. Was there anything in the big chest in pot? Or in these
I think it was a piece of heart.
Okay, so it was nothing.
Hitsu's gonna pick it up momentarily. Heart container, thank you.
No blind skirt from Leslie, so this will be a little slower blind fight, but he's got it done. Blind script is one of those things that, like, until you learn it, it looks like the hardest thing ever. Like, it's so impressive. Like, how does he do that? It's so cool. But then once you start learning it, it's like, it's actually that easy. My bad. It's really not that hard, you guys. I totally recommend checking out a tutorial on YouTube or something if you wanted to learn it. Everyone is capable of doing it. So Master Sword spin strats, take down Argus, getting the Fire Rod. Nice.
Well then. That does mean that Ice Palace will not need baubles at least, so that's
Right.
I'm safe.
I would expect Wall Kicks to go to Skullwoods like right after this. It's once you pick up that Fire Rod, like Skullwoods is just on your mind.
Yeah, Skullwoods into Villager Podcasts.
Definitely not his only option though. He does have access to Ice Palace, and he knows that there's a unique item in Meyer Shed.
Yes.
I think I have to disagree with Wall Kicks' routing though. I would have liked to see him do Ice Palace first and get that third pendant, and then he could have pulled Pedestal blind for us.
Oh, actually, Wall Kicks must have been a mispress. Wall Kicks does not have the mitts, so he can't do Ice Palace.
Oh, does he not?
No. I just saw it in the.
Oh, okay.
I just saw it in his menu, yeah.
Oh, nice catch. Well, then it makes a lot more sense that he's going to Skullwoods now.
And the Bernie stick for Hitsuyan as well.
One of the big points when it comes to like routing the game and trying to like find out where progression is likely going to be and stuff is the idea of following progression items. The earlier you find an item and the more places it unlocks, the more likely it is that it's also going to lead to progression. So those flippers for Wall Kicks, from his point of view, led to the Fire Rod. So now he wants to follow that Fire Rod into something else.
And we got some comfy Tempered Sword in Skullwoods in the back.
That's a great place for the Tempered Sword, because Macula is made so much easier with the Tempered over Master Sword.
Yeah. Especially since Wall Kicks has, I don't think, found the blue mail yet. No, it's not. So. So we're gonna see a Mothula kill here, and then Wall Kicks probably will go back in if Mothula doesn't have the second item.
Alright, hits in getting his Fire Rod, but he has checked Hobo and got those mitts, so he will definitely be making that Ice Palace play and getting his third pendant. So all we can do right now, guys, is hope that none of the hints in Ice Palace refer to the pedestal. And we can get our blind pull.
Maybe we'll say a unique item is in Lost Woods, and then...
Yes, please. I want that. Oh, did we miss a hint? Chad is saying there was a hint for boots behind a book.
So that would be Ether and Bottles Talent.
Wall Kicks. Oh my god. So I know Wall Kicks personally, and I'm pretty sure I've told him on multiple occasions, you can't spin the bug with the Tempered Sword. He still got it though. Easy fight. Yeah, so Mothula is immune to the class of damage that the Butter Sword does, which is the same class that the spins from the Tempered Sword will do. So when you try and spin Mothula, it's as if nothing happened. He doesn't even react to it.
I thought that was fixed for Rando.
The fix that they did was so that while you're in Mothula's room, the Butter Sword is the Tempered Sword. But the immunity to class 4 damage remains.
Okay, I got you. So with the big key in hand and knowing that we found one of the items in Skullwoods, Ballkicks is going to check for the second one.
Tyranigma going for the bottom right strat on Armos. He does get it. Spends one extra arrow though. But no one's complaining. Alright, time for our last hint tile in Ice Palace. And it's a interesting one.
Man, so many unique item hints in this seed.
Right, we have a unique item in TR, one in Mimic Cave, so basically 2 in TR.
Yeah.
One was in Myers Shed.
We had the ether hint.
Yep,
We had
on
twice.
the fishes. Yeah, and then the ether with catfish.
And apparently the boots behind the book as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see exactly what that said.
Chat already expecting Vanilla Ice Run Internal Rock. Oh, yeah, the bottle hint as well.
Right, yeah, that's true. But like I was saying earlier, though, because the boots hint is guaranteed to exist, until you know where the boots are or you find a hint that explicitly refers to the boots, every time you see a unique item, the odds are greatly in favor of that being the boots that it's talking about. So right now we have 2 in Turtle Rock, 1 Mimic Cave, 1 Turtle Rock. So one of those is most likely going to be the boots. And the more hints we check that don't say anything about unique items or boots, the more likely that is.
Well, if Chad is correct in that first Ice Palace hint was indeed saying that
Boots on a tablet.
The boots were on a tablet, yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot that Chet saw that. If I didn't see it myself, it doesn't exist, okay?
Giraffes don't exist. I've never seen them.
We'll just have to wait patiently for one of our runners to make it to Ice Palace, and then if it said that, I'll take it back. Wallkick's got his graveyard ledge out of the way. That's kind of a frustrating location in general.
Yeah.
It's nice to get it out of the way when it's as convenient as it is right now, even though it's still not convenient at all.
Can't even like wasn't even able to toss in a bumper ledge check and everything. So, not too bad. Would have been, of course, a lot easier if we had found the boots and could route Kingston in as well.
So if the book is one of the unique items to Turtle Rock, do I still get credit for boots being in TR? I think I should. Maybe not a witch, but like maybe Magician's Apprentice. Basically Mickey Mouse over here.
So Cold Stare down for Itzion here. Well, there's the 4th sword. Seems very likely that all of our runners are going to end up with Butter Sword going into Ganon.
Yeah, it's nice having all the swords on the way like that. So Hitzian finishing up Ice Palace. He has his 3rd pendant. Looks like we're going Skullwoods and Blind Pedestal. I'm so excited.
Well, maybe it's the paradox with the book being on a pedestal.
Oh, no, that would be fun. So an hour in, we're still waiting for both Leslie and Wallkicks to make their way to the flipper checks and get those Titans moves. Hitzian is still Sans 1 Canis Maria, but he's going to find that soon. Going into Thieves Town after Skullwoods just, makes a lot of sense, so he'll definitely come across that. And then for Go Mode, we're still missing Boots, Quake, and I think the Ice Rod.
Yeah. Well, of course, if that hit was true, if Jet saw correctly, then the book is technically Go item as well.
Yeah, right. Instead of the boots.
Yeah.
Ether with the fishes. Thanks, game. I think we still haven't seen Zora from anybody. Is that right?
Yeah. Zora is still still a mystery. Turning Mehek was a catfish in Almero though, and
Hitzian was the only person to get the money in advance, but then ended up not going there.
Yeah, was following the other items that they found instead.
Yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense for him to do it. But the flipper checks, even when you do them super efficiently, they're still slowish checks.
Chad asking if both can be unpad. Yes, all of the Go items that we're still missing can be unpad.
Hitzian also trying to spin the bug.
Maybe it's like NMG muscle memory or something.
I feel like this isn't common knowledge. Like, people don't know you can't spin them with tempered in butter. And maybe like they think they just missed or something, right? Like, oh, I was just too low. The spin would have hit him if I had stayed up higher.
Yeah, so
It's in making us wait just a little bit longer. Gosh darn it.
I mean, he doesn't know that that chest doesn't have anything.
I feel like when you volunteer to be one of our restream runners, you're committing to entertaining chat, right? So why do things like put off the pedestal check, not throwing the bird, not picking up that single arrow? It's like they hate fun. And our pedestal check, here it is, finally! Oh my god, that was the best ped check I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was definitely worth it.
So poor Hitzian, but lucky wall kicks. Having already done Skullwoods, he had skipped the ped check, not having those mitts. Okay, Leslie gives us the catfish. Are you gonna mirror?
Well, they're having the mirror out, so
yes.
Luckily, yes.
Yes, okay, finally we get to see Zora.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually kind of surprising that none of our runners have been to Dark Death Mountain yet. The game just keeps giving us all these progression items that keep letting them full clear dungeons. So it's taking forever for somebody to decide to go up there.
Yeah. That and of course wall kicks, and up until recently Leslie Pro did not have mitts either, so Dark Death Mountain wasn't even for them. So finally it's happening.
Come on, Zora. I believe in Zora! But he disappoints me. 10 more arrows.
Is this retro? Is this silver arrows? 10 silver arrows?
Hitzian setting up a sexy little bomb jump here to get to this big chest. Nice. Nails it first try.
And we're also going to see a bat check here from...
Alright, this is our first one.
If this starts a fetch quest chain, I'm gonna scream.
Don't do that. My ears. 10 more arrows.
What is this? What is this scene with its 10 arrows?
What is happening? Somebody go to Dark Death Mountain, I swear. All right. Hint in the front of Ice Spell says the boots is on a tablet. Okay, so no points for grammar, but, you know, chat was right.
Should be like the shoe or something.
The shoe is on a tablet. The single shoe.
Yes. I mean, there's the second boot in the picture, so, you know.
So boots on a tablet means that those 2 unique items locked behind Turtle Rock are not the boots. They cannot be the boots.
Mm-hmm.
But what will they be? Maybe the book? Maybe the ice rod?
Well,
maybe the shovel?
Yeah. Yeah, could be. Honestly, it's gonna be the ice rod. For sure.
Well, at this point, we're not even sure if we can even get into Turtle Rock. Nobody's given us that information yet, and we still don't know where the Quake Medallion is.
Indeed.
So, I mean, it might be like Quake in TR or something, and Ether opens it.
Now, the more checks we have and not find Quake, the more likely it is that Turtle Rock is not going to be.
One nice thing about this seed, compared to like a lot of all dungeon seeds you might see, is that nothing's going to be locked behind Ganon's Tower. Once a player has access to Ganon's Tower, they are in go mode for sure.
And the only thing that can be in Ganon's Tower that could be somewhat useful is the silver arrows.
Right.
Or like some additional safeties.
So Wallkicks has finished these south checks. I can only imagine he'll be headed over to the Flippers stuff now, where he will find mitts. I think he might actually. I think he's going to get the Flippers or the mitts from Hobo, and then just go to Ice Palace and skip the rest of the Flipper checks. Though I think Ice Palace was empty, right?
I think so, yeah.
So he'll probably do the Flipper checks after.
I think only a sword on Pulsar.
Right.
And I don't think we've seen the Green Pendant yet, so...
That's true.
There might just yet be value on Ice Palace.
And of course, every player has already done Eastern and Pod, so going to turn that Green Pendant is super orphan, very out of the way.
Not as bad as it could be if we didn't have a flute, but still pretty bad.
Alright, what do you do here, Wallkicks? Do you continue your Flipper checks or just go to Ice? Okay, well he's not fluting, so that means nothing. He should have fluted either way. Alright, yeah, Ice Palace. God, just everybody hates Dark Death Mountain, I guess.
I guess everybody prefers clearing dungeons before.
Yeah, and then also having that hint that the boots are on the tablet, those of them who do have that, it makes you kind of not want to go to Death Mountain. Because, say, like, if the book is just in a Flipper check or something, right? Like, that means you're going to go up the mountain and not kick the boots. Assuming they were on Ether Tablet, of course.
Yeah. Of course, it would also be funny if Quake ended up being on the Pyramid Fairy just to rub it extra in.
And so while our runners are all doing things we've already seen, just a quick reminder to chat: follow the runners, follow them. They are doing such a fantastic job, putting themselves out there to entertain us all. I think they deserve some love and support. Head on over to their channels and pop that follow button.
And while we're at it, oh wait, hold on. Leslie has a red mail now. Was there a mail upgrade in Ice Palace that I missed?
Wasn't it? I don't know.
Shrug.
I have a hard time noticing things that don't unlock locations.
Yeah. Either way, also our tracker's getting a shout out here. Fat Boy 300 and Forrest. So thanks for keeping us up to date and in order with those item locations. It looks like Hitsuyan is gonna pick up their Ether and then do the Zora Eject.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to do this because you don't know what medallion is going to be required to get into Turtle Rock. So, seeing as how he knows Ether is over here. Oh, it was Red Mail and Ice Palace in the Freezer chest.
Ah. Oh. Then Hitsuyan must have not picked up that mail in the chest game, question mark? Or maybe not the freezer room.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, either way. Hitsuyan is not doing Sora?
The gambles. I mean, the whole point of going over there was to get Ether. So once he's found Ether, like everything else is, not as good. And if he needs to do it later, he can always take that Whirlpool by Ice Palace.
Sure, still.
Because, it's more checks. What if the book was on Zora? Come on, buddy.
Or the Ice Rod, or...
He doesn't even have a bottle at this point.
Has not been to Agina or taken the purple chest.
That's actually kind of weird that he didn't do Agina, since he did do Meyer Shut and Checkerboard.
I think
it's typical to route an Agina with that stuff if you hadn't done it yet.
I think Hitsu has also checked Desert Palace as well. So. Holster down for Leslie, gets Tempered Sword here.
Alright, our first Dark Death Mountain check. Let's find out what we got. Nothing and nothing. Fantastic. Thank you, Dark Death Mountain.
Well, it's one of 6 chests in Dark Death Mountain. So.
Yeah, there's more chests, I suppose.
And at the very least, we're gonna see what we need to get into Turtle Rock. Oh, looks like we're gonna get a green pendant from Leslie.
Oh my! Da, 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 da. The book! Oh my god! Oh, that's so amazing! No one's gonna go there. It's so out of the way.
And Leslie immediately makes a beeline for Bob's tablet here.
This is all. Oh my god, are you serious? Are you serious?
Math Girl rolled this seed, so
And it was Quake to get into TR as well. Hitsuyan in a bad spot. Death Mountain apparently was not the play. Oh, I suppose Hisian hasn't gone into desert.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real. I don't remember him coming over. He has definitely been over here because he got bombos out of Mire Shed.
I could have sworn
He
it's a different
definitely had the
desert.
mirror at the time.
Yeah.
But he'll find out that this is absolutely boots.
Yeah.
And I would expect to see him do a Gina's Cave now, at least, and get that very first bottle.
Okay, so Bomb's tablet has rupees on it, which means Ether tablet will have our boots.
Okay, so Wallkicks has his green pendant now. He can go turn in the green pendant, but I really doubt he's going to do that. So his main options are pull the pedestal, go to the mire area, and finish up the flipper checks. It looks like he is going to do the flipper checks. He's going to walk up to Catfish and Mirror and do the rest of those. Makes a lot of sense.
Or maybe he is gonna walk over to the pot area and hand in the green pendant, since it's already there.
He would have fluted there in the light world.
You're right. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. We want him to go to green pendant because we want him to do well, just like every other runner.
Yeah.
But from his point of view, like from the information that he has, it makes no sense to go do that right now. Leslie has just got the God vision.
Yeah.
Neuroses can win races, you guys. Like, oh my god, it's so orphaned. Okay, it costs a lot of time to go do it, but what if it's progression?
And it is progression.
Lo and behold, the boots on Ether Tablet.
Indeed.
Now Leslie is going to finish up Dark Death Mountain while he's here, but it will be empty. So it does look like our progression is going to be locked behind the boots moving forward.
Mm-hmm. So Desert Palace we can now clear. And of course, Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb both are open as well. So I mentioned that Leslie, now with the boots, might opt to do the flank sherry checks and then do desert.
And unfortunately for Hitzian, he seems to be doing the south checks. He'll do like the Smith sequence and such things. And just like Wallkicks, from his point of view, it makes no sense to go turn in that green pendant yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so Hitzian did not do the chess game, so now he's on red now.
He's just he's a weird router, I would say.
Yeah.
I think judging from what I've seen him do so far, it looks like Hitzian's main goal is do dungeons, right? Which makes sense, but he's being more gambly than most people would be and skipping overworld checks that are on the way to those dungeons. And every time he has to go back to do overworld checks that he could have done earlier, he does lose a little bit of time. But it's not a massive amount. And we're getting a hammer peg check. Is this our first hammer peg check?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Unless I missed Wallkicks doing it, but I don't think they did.
No, because he got the mitts right before Ice Palace.
Right, yeah.
Accents. It's the Quake medallion!
Hello.
Okay, so just like that, Hitzian is looking pretty good. All he has to do is make his way over to Green Pendant.
Yeah. Yeah, Hitzian has a strong lead now, not lead, but strong advantage now. But so does Leslie. It's gonna be between both of them.
Until we know where the ice rod is, there's no telling. And at this point, the ice rod is very likely to just be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Turtle Rock or Mimic Cave. Since that's one of the very few unique items we still haven't even seen yet.
So Hitzian gets that quick medallion, and he decides he wants to go back to Turtle Rock. This is crazy. I mean, even knowing that there's a unique item in Mimic Cave and in Turtle Rock, it's not necessarily the ice rod, and you can full clear Mire. So I don't know. From my point of view, it makes sense to do Mire first, but it can definitely pay off if the ice rod is here.
Yeah, Leslie Pro.
He still needs those boots.
Yeah, Leslie Pro also gave us a check of the Spy Cave while I was already up here, so that was nothing.
This is Leslie's first time to the Mire area, where he'll find out that Quake is required for Mire as well as TR, and get the Bombos medallion, the one he's not looking for.
And probably will also, just while already here, clear out this.
Oh yeah, definitely. So a bit of a time save from Leslie getting to Single Dip Desert, where I think every other player has been inside already.
Yeah.
Oh, Terranigma missed the first hookshot clip, but got the second one, so it's okay. If you miss it twice in a row, it is like a 3-minute time loss to go all the way back around. Powder coming in handy, healing up Terranigma right before Cold Stare.
And Leslie about to get their very first bottle.
Oh, I missed the hint in Turtle Rock. It said Mire key was Firelocked in Mire? Something Mire. So just to answer chat real quick, as far as like who's in the lead, it's really all very up in the air right now. Leslie and Hitzian both have an advantage at this time. Hitzian finding the Quake medallion in a very orphan location for everybody else, and Leslie finding the book which led to the boots in a very orphan location for everybody else. But they both have to go to each other's orphan location before we can tell like who's winning or anything. And then on top of all that, where's the ice rod?
I mean, luckily for Leslie, they have not done the Smith chain yet, I think. So hammer pegs, not that bad. Oh, there's a half magic. That might be that unique item that in Turtle Rock.
There's one.
We're also going to see what Desert Palace holds for us as its second item, as Leslie Pro is dashing through the sands. So that ether hint also doubly useless.
Right, we've had it twice and Ether did nothing.
Enigma getting their key to the boots.
Leslie opting to go right side desert first before checking the boss. It's a perfectly fine check. Like, it is 2 items on the right side, so it is more likely for the item to be over here. But you have to kill the boss anyway, so a lot of players will opt to just kill the boss and hope it's the second item.
Yeah, and chat pointing out it's a big key and small key in Firelock Fire.
Well, and the second item was on the right side, but it was not the ice rod.
Yeah. Leslie went in the front path, so we'll have to do the walk across the front part here.
Looks like Terranigma is headed to Skullwoods. We'll probably get another blind pet pull. Maybe it'll be the ice rod this time. It could happen, okay? I believe.
Yeah, maybe Terranigma rolled a different seed and forgot about it.
It's just been identical right up to this point, and this is where it starts to diverge. Alright, Hitzian making his way to Mimic Cave. We know there is a unique item in Mimic Cave, but is it the ice rod? Only time will tell.
So if ice rod is in Mimic Cave, would that be French vanilla, or would it still count as vanilla?
The ice rod's an ice rod cave. Come on, buddy. I hate that meme. It's a shovel.
Oh my god! If
it
the
seems
shovel,
like, God, I hate this game. This is the worst game.
If the shovel is Blocking the ice rod. Oh my god. The possibly required double tip turtle rock. I mean, there's still a few checks.
Yeah, the ice rod could still be in here. It's absolutely possible.
Yeah, it could still be on laser bridge. And Lanola's down for Leslie. I mean, it's... Well, not the ice rod. Nah, I'm wrong. I brain farted.
You didn't say anything, so
I didn't say. Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say if the ice rod is on Pyramid Fairy, but it can't be on Pyramid Fairy because
Right,
Rock is 5/6. Yeah. Just brain fart.
If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have known. Alright, Leslie also headed to Skullwitz. I imagine we'll get another blind ped pull there.
Very possible. Or maybe
Wolkix finally had his book, so he's headed up to Ether Tablet.
Yeah, Leslie.
The booty boots.
Leslie might actually not blind pull because Leslie's the only person so far
Oh, right.
who actually has a book.
Well, I believe that there is an unwritten rule in Rando that if you make it to pedestal without knowing what's there, even if you have the book, you must blind pull it, or everyone's going to be really mad at you.
Oh, okay.
Plus, if it is progression, it saves you like 2 menus, right? It's totally worth. Hitsuyan having a little trouble on Laser Bridge. He opts to go for the safety door, so if he ends up dying here, he'll be able to just respawn right next to Laser Bridge. Walk skips are not... It's definitely not like the hardest tech in the game, but it is one that a lot of people are not aware of. Mushroom on Laser Bridge.
So, is this Fetch Crest Rock then?
Wow. And another player opting to try to spin Mocula. I'm gonna do a public service announcement after this, you guys. Don't spin the bug. Gosh darn it.
But we're gonna see a bug fight here because Enigma Hex is using
bug versus bug. There's like a Godzilla movie, right, with like Mothra that just came out recently. This is the sequel right here.
Mothra
I believe in Leslie though. Leslie is not gonna spin the bug. Okay? I'm calling it now. Leslie knows. Oh, we were so caught up. Hitsuyan has the ice rod all of a sudden.
Yeah, it wasn't Laser Bridge.
I was not paying attention. So that is actually no mode for us. We know where everything is. Hitsuyan does have to make his way back to Ether Tablet via the green pendant turn-in.
Yeah, we'll have to climb the mountain again, and then once more after beating Desert Palace.
Yeah. Now, he still has quite a few checks available to him. He's not bottlenecked by the green pendant yet. Like, I believe he hasn't done a Guinness Cave or the Meyer Dungeon and Smith Sequence. I'm not sure what he did.
I think.
Oh, did Leslie spin the bug? I wasn't watching.
No, I don't think he did.
All right, because he knows. He knows. That's so surprising to me because, like, I know all these runners are very accomplished, very experienced runners. Like, it's just not common knowledge. People don't know.
Well, for what it's worth, if I ever am on Restream, I will not spin if I'm fighting Mocula with Temperature.
Thank you.
just for you. Well, there's our third bottle, actually.
All right, and he picked up those fetch quests, so he has all that stuff to follow.
Yeah.
Looking for this.
And Trinix had a mirror shield.
Nice. I have literally no idea what Terranigma's doing right now, by the way. He went to like that extra hole to fall down to that room, but I'm not sure why. I don't know if he got confused or what.
Looks like Hitsu is gonna do the
Magic Bat, yeah. He's
Magic
turning
Bat,
in all
yeah.
his fetch quests.
Yeah, we're still looking for the shovel check.
Yeah, unfortunately, the green pendant turn-in takes longer than any of these other single fetch quests.
Yeah. And Leslie now equipped with the Butter Sword.
And Leslie's routing here is going to lead him to Smith Sequence, where he'll do Hammer Pegs and get Quick Medallion. And if he's been paying attention, he'll notice get Purple Chest and just nope out after that and go straight to a dungeon. Ideally, he'd go to Mire first. But if he does that, then he'll be full clearing it instead of go-moing it. I guess ideally he'd go to Turtle Rock first, but I don't know why you would. But then that's exactly what Hitzian did, so whatever.
Man, what a seed.
And now Hitzian turning in his third fetch quest item, the shovel.
Let's see
No
if that
shovel
is...
dash? No shovel dash? Alright, no
Wow.
boots, never mind. Silver arrows behind Turtle Rock. So, depending on how everybody else ends up routing, like getting boots before going to Turtle Rock means that you probably will not be finding silvers.
Mm-hmm. And Wallkicks has not checked the Lumberjack ledge earlier, so he picks up the red boomerang blind.
I mean, it's pretty, you know.
It sparkles, yeah.
Not very helpful, but you know, impressed everybody. Look how shiny.
Yeah, so Leslie's
These are
gonna
our first boot checks.
Yeah, these are our first Flank Sherry boot checks. So Hitsu is gonna go into Misery Mire here. Gonna full clear that. I'm not sure.
I know it feels like Hitzian's in the lead, but it's really actually very close.
Yeah, I would say
Leslie just got the Quake Medallion, and
Yeah.
once he decides to go to Ice Palace, that's go mode. Like all he needs is to go to Ice Palace, or not Ice Palace. The other
Yeah.
one. Turtle Rock. That's go mode.
I mean, with the Ice Rock being into the rock, it practically is Ice Rock Palace.
So for what we want to see from Leslie is that we want him to go to Mire first, so that Turtle Rock is his last dungeon, seeing as how he's already finished Desert.
Mm-hmm.
And it also means that going to Turtle Rock last means he cannot follow all those fetch quests that he'll find there, which will save him time over Hitzian, who checked every single one.
Yeah. That said, Turtle Rock has a lot more items, and Leslie has seen those hints that said unique item in Turtle Rock and unique item in Mimic Cave. So the hints might lead Leslie to Turtle Rock regardless.
Wall kicks with the blind pet ball. Even though he has the book, he says, I got this. He's wrong. Poor guy. Wrong. So both Leslie and Terranigma finding their Quake Medallion. And
Looks
Leslie
like-
is going Mire first.
Yeah.
This is good news. Full clearing Mire is slow, right? It takes time, but I think it's probably better than double dipping the mountain.
I mean, since we have to go to the Firelock set anyway because the big key is there, you know, the rest of Mire is not that much fun.
Right.
Looks like Terranigma is carrying that Quake Medallion up Death Mountain now.
So Tyranigma making the play, going to Turtle Rock first. He knows that there's 2 unique items there. Unfortunately, Tyranigma, just like Hitzian, has not turned in that green pendant yet.
Yeah.
So finding the Ice Rod is nice, but it's not enough.
Yeah, Wall Kicks, however, is getting that Quake Medallion now.
Right, which puts him in the same spot as Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta go to TR. He'll finish up what he's doing, and then I imagine he would also go to Meyer first, putting him just a little bit behind Leslie.
Man, this is almost a Hondo seed at this point. Like, we have almost the entire inventory.
All dungeons,
I mean, yeah, but I mean, sure, but still, like, almost full inventory.
Right. No Spooky Meyer from Hitzian.
Maybe Hitzian doesn't know the no boot setup for it.
Right. Yeah, I know quite a few people who aren't aware of that, because typically you do it with the boots if you have the boots, but you can actually do it with the fire rods, silvers, sword beams, ice rod. I think that's all of them. I say the one thing that Hitzian does have going for him, though, is having those silver arrows. No one else is going to get them. Like, it's very unlikely that anybody's going to get silver arrows at this point, other than him.
Well, Tyranigma might.
Yeah, Tyranigma might. But he is quite a bit behind Hitzian at this point.
Yeah.
Of course, the silvers, like, when you already have Butter Sword, the silvers, they're not that impactful anymore. Like, it does save time on Ganon, but it's a very small amount of time compared to, like, if you had Master Sword instead.
Oh, we found a can of Burna in here. I didn't even see that. So I think we're just a cape and one more bottle short of having found the entire inventory.
2 bottles, right? We've only seen the 2.
The third one was on the witch.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would do it. Oh, and some shields. We need more shields.
Well, we found 2 shields.
Oh, Hitzian has them all.
Yeah.
Right. You're so much better at this than me. I can't even right now. I lock in on one player and I'm like, oh my god, do the thing. And all the other players are doing the things, I just don't notice. Leslie's a dangerous amount of health right now.
Oh, did we get a unique item in Ganon's Tower?
Yeah, we found unique item in Ganon's Tower. Hint.
Okay.
So
that has...
yeah. The cape.
Mm-hmm. Because bottles do not count as unique items.
So Hitzian is doing Pyramid Fairy. This will lead him over to Green Pendant after this, assuming that he hasn't just forgotten about it. But it's just a little more time that he's spending looking for something that other people already have. Oh, Wall Kicks forgot to hit the switch. He has enough time to go hit it and get back, though, before the torches go out. Alright, he's good.
Clutch.
Hitzian's fluting away. Oh, he's going to Green Pendant now. I would have thought he would have just dashed from there, but then I remembered he doesn't have boots!
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Already went to Desert Palace, already checked everything else, so this is last location, basically.
So Tyranigma ended up going to TR before Meyer. So he will find the Ice Rod before the boots, just like Hitzian did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Hitzian picks up the book, will probably go to Bomb Stab at first because that's a bit faster. Oh no!
Oh.
Going for Ether first. Oh. I mean,
I'm not sure which is like individually faster, but you know, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
The Bomba Stab does a lot more screen transitions and menuing, but this is a really long walk.
Yeah, and you do have to mirror over as well there, so...
8 arrows to the big eye will finish off Vitreous for Leslie. Nicely done. And Leslie still has no Ice Rod, but he's like, I sure hope it's in Turtle Rock.
I mean, I don't think Leslie has really all that many more options otherwise, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that might actually be the last location for Leslie.
Yeah.
Which feels like you're losing, right? Every time you last location something. But among our restream runners, Leslie's actually in a pretty good spot. Hitsuyan finally does get his boots. He'll go finish up Desert while Leslie's in TR. And I think Hitsuyan will come out a little ahead. Maybe by a minute or two.
Yeah. Of course, Leslie is saving themselves a walk up that mountain again after this one.
Right.
And just waltz over Ganon's tower.
No spooky from wall kicks either. So right now, Hitsuyan is the only player in go mode, but Leslie's on his way. Ice Rod is on Laser Bridge.
That's, yeah, as soon as Leslie gets that Ice Rod off of that chest on the bridge.
Wall kicks won't be too far behind though. I imagine he'll probably go Turtle Rock immediately after Vitreous as well.
Yeah, and we'll also be in go mode shortly after this. Enigma getting their shovel.
Silvers makes Landmo pretty simple. Thank you for that. Hitsuyan getting his last crystal. What a runner.
Indeed.
It's actually really awesome because Hitsuyan ended up following like every fetch quest and last locationing those boots, yet still has a pretty sizable lead.
Quite so, and chat's putting numbers in.
Why are they doing that? Are you guys counting how many times I made a mistake? That's not very nice, you guys. 23, what?
Of course, what the chat is actually doing is the Ganon's Tower Victory guessing game.
Oh,
yeah!
I understand now. That's right. There are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower that could have the big key. If you would like to guess at which one of those chests it's going to be, we will be following Hitsuyan through Ganon's Tower. If you guess correctly, I'm pretty sure you get nothing, but we still love you.
Yeah, you get some verbal pats on the back from us. Of course, since this is a daily race, there are no leaderboards.
Hitsuyan and Wall Kicks entering the TR portal at the same time. Unfortunately, Wall Kicks has to do Turtle Rock, and Hitsuyan gets to go straight to GT.
Yeah, all 4 runners on Dark Death Mountain currently.
It's entering at 143.44. I like writing it down.
Alright, going to the Hope Room first. No key. Neither big nor small, so we're gonna go to the left side.
Right, so this locks him into the what I like to call the Hope route, where you check 2 items on the right and then just go full left.
Unless he opts to do dark or pink magician strats, I guess.
Well, once you've done the right side already, that makes those routing decisions much less efficient, because you'd be like triple dipping that chest, or those that right side chest. 4 or 5, nothing.
6 and 7 coming up.
Get out of here, Stalfos. Get out of here. It took him a few times, but he finally found something to hookshot.
Number 8, nothing. Oh, and we're getting some swanky boomerang strats from Hitzion.
Showing off those NMG strats. I believe the blue boomerang is actually the fastest way to get to those crystal switch rooms. Terranigma having some trouble on Laser Bridge. If he knew the ice rod was there, I'm sure he'd be a little more confident. It can be pretty tilting to be this late in a seed and still not be in go mode. Random room coming up empty. I've already lost count of the chest, by the way. I hope you.
That was that was 10 for 13. So 14,
okay.
14 coming up in Bob's chest. So Leslie also coming up here on the laser bridge. And there is the answer for Terranigma.
Terranigma opted to mirror to Fairy Ascension Cave and get some hearts. The cape in Bob's chest. Who knew he had it all along? Leslie bombing the ice rod chest. Oh, you silly.
Leslie will not be getting the mirror shield because he skipped the chest with the red shield in it.
And even more impactfully, the silver arrows.
Oh yes. Oh no, I mean, technically he could still take the shovel to the shovel spot, but
I mean, he might. Not everybody knows how to do silverless. But like what I always tell people, like when you're new to the game, in my opinion, silverless Ganon is the single most important tech to learn. Of all like the little extra tricks and techs you can learn for Link Fest, I absolutely recommend starting with silverless.
So left side was completely empty. The big key has to be.
It Compass Room or Tower Room, right?
Yeah.
So Dark Magician would have been pretty good.
Well, there it is.
We have the big key in chest number something. I lost. I can't count, man.
That was 18.
18.
Yeah. And
I believe we have a winner from Ostmeister, guessing 18 on the dot.
Indeed.
Congratulations, you've won my heart. But
and,
that's
you. No. Not only.
Oh, do you get Red's? You get Red's heart too.
Hey, don't gamble away my heart here, okay?
Wall Kicks picking up his Ice Rod, and he is our third player in Go mode.
Indeed.
Quick try next fight, and he'll be entering Ganon's Tower following Leslie. Leslie entering Ganon's Tower right now, of course. At 1:49:08.
So about 5 minutes behind Hitsion.
I wrote them both down, but I have to like do math to find out. I think you're right. 5 minutes, sure. Why not? I think it's like 5 minutes and like 20-something seconds. If he did, oh, he's doing Dark Magician.
Oh.
So this is actually gonna cut a bunch of time off of Hitsion's lead. It's not gonna be enough for Leslie to catch up at this point. It is Hitsion's race to lose. But it does make a difference.
Unless Leslie opts to do time room first in a gamble, in which case,
or like full left. Nobody does full left though. That's crazy to do full left.
And Trinix also down here for Wall Kicks. Except their last crystal, and we'll head over to get
this. Oh my god, is he going full? Don't do that, Leslie! He's going full left. Oh.
Aw, man.
Don't do full left, you guys. I cursed him. I did not. Wall Kicks opening up Ganon's Tower himself. And unfortunately for Terran, he's probably going to do most of the fetch quest before he turns in that green pendant. Wall Kicks entering at 1:50:58.
And Hitsion almost to Aghanim to opts to skip the refill here before Boulder 2.
Oh, we have Andy in the chat. Andy disagrees with me. He thinks full left is definitely the play.
Well, it isn't in this seed.
Right. Well, the thing with like GT routing is that the big key could literally be anywhere. No matter what route you choose, it could be the wrong one. The reason I'm saying like full left isn't an ideal route is just because of how efficient those two chests in the Hope Room are.
Yeah.
So like you gain very little time if the Hope chests were nothing, but you lose a lot of time if they were something. But you know, that's rando for you, right? Everything's a gamble. Just some gambles are bigger than others.
Yeah, in the end, it all comes down to gambling.
And that takes care of Agate too.
Yeah, Aghanim down for Hitsion here. We just have to finish Ganon, and then Hitsion is going to be done.
Oh, that red Armos like bodying Leslie a couple times. He's got it done though, and he has plenty of arrows for the gauntlet.
Oh,
we don't have audio for Hitsions, so allow me to help out a little bit. Dun 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 dun! Ganon time!
Enigma Heck is carrying the big bomb, the Pyramid Fairy. Let's hope that, like Hitsion, they will opt to go over to Sahashala after this.
Yeah, I think it might be the only thing left, actually.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is possible that maybe Terranigma forgot about Green Pendant, and that's why he hasn't done it. But like routing wise, it makes sense not to do green pendant any earlier than he's doing it from the knowledge that he has.
And there's the big key for Leslie. Oh, there's the last bottle. Well, we found all the items in this seed.
And Ganon is down for Hitsuyan.
GG's.
Oh, wall kick so close to getting the quick kill. But he gets it anyway, and he still has enough arrows for the gauntlet as well. He just had to keep shooting arrows, and he would have gotten it. GG's to Hitsuyan, finishing first on our restream.
And 5th overall, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 36 seconds. First was Error, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 8 seconds.
The God route.
Yeah. We have Frostbite 3030 in second, Buane in third, Lunchtime ATH in fourth, and coming in right after Hitsuyan finished up, Nilson Alex in sixth, just 22 seconds behind. And Hitsuyan joining us here as well. GG's.
Oh man, the hints stopped my god route.
So before we get into like how you feel about the seed and all that stuff that we always ask, you can't spin Mothula with the gold sword, right?
Yeah.
Every runner on the restream tried it.
I only do that.
Like you just don't know.
To the top. I don't know why. That is muscle memory. I don't know why I do this.
All right, so now go ahead and tell us, what did you think of this seed? How much fun was it to last location everything? And still be the first finisher on the restream?
The start was pretty good, I guess, with doing Egger and finding the hammer and Todd instantly, with the mid on Hobo. But after Thieves Town I had I don't know, I saw the Aoife hint and I had a hint for Mimic Cave and for Turtle Rock as a unique item. So I gambled that Aoife or Bombos is for Turtle Rock and there's my book and my Ice Rod or something like that.
Right.
And then you find half magic in Turtle Rock, the mushroom, and the last item is at least the Ice Rod. That was good. Yeah, but the book was really, really bad that I don't turn in
that
the
green pendant location.
I had Ice Palace done at 40 minutes, I guess, or 50. So
yeah, it's just really unfortunate because you had to go to Pod already, right, to even get the hammer to get the green pendant. So there was no way you could like pair the green pendant turn in with doing Pod and Eastern. So
yeah.
it ended up being like a super orphan location for everybody.
Yeah, and that I have to climb the mountain 2 times because I gambled that it's not Quake on Turtle Rock. That was a big time loss, I guess. And yeah, the book.
Yeah, and then following like every fetch quest that you found from Turtle Rock first.
Yeah, the
and
shovel in Mimic Cave.
And because I found the burner in Maya, the big bomb was also completely in logic and everything. Out of Turtle Rock.
It was a rough scene. Still though, I mean, 5th overall, that's pretty good, right? I mean, considering like how much of the game that you did, like that's just a testament to your execution. That even though you essentially full cleared the game, you still got 5th in an 18-person race. That's amazing.
Yeah, but I like to be first more.
Well, you're first on the restream and first in our hearts. It's
Thanks.
That has to count for something, right? Error is getting very upset that we are considering Hitsu first in our hearts. So Leslie going into Aghanim 2 here, while Wallkick's not too far behind. He's on the torch room, so they are going to be finishing very close to each other here.
An interesting thing about how you read it though, Hitsuyan, you are going to be the only person on the restream at least who ever found the silvers, because pretty much everyone else gets the ice rod last, right?
Okay.
So they end up not. Nobody follows the. Well, Terramigna did, but
Terra
Leslie
did,
and Wallkicks, who are in GT right now, neither of them had the opportunity to follow those fetch quests from Turtle Rock, so they will never find the silvers. And it's not like the biggest difference maker, honestly, but you know, it's nice having silvers for that fight.
I wish I had turned in the green pendant instant and did hammer packs after thieves.
Yeah, you might have finished a little sooner.
Well, now you know. Alright, and Leslie is on to Ganon.
Dun 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 dun. Ganon fight.
Yeah, and one question, Koi. I
Yeah.
saw your stream yesterday and saw you are really good too. And I never heard about you before. Where are you coming from?
Actually, I consider myself a streamer, as far as that goes. So like the competitive aspect of Rando has never really been something that I really cared that much about. I liked playing the game. I love A Link to the Past. I've been playing like 20 seats a week for over a year now. It's my favorite thing ever. But it's only very recently that I decided, you know what, it's time. It's time to get involved. Let's do some speed gaming. I'm coming like every day this week, or I'm going to sign up to do so. And I'm doing an SNL race Monday through Thursday, the evening one.
And of course, since Leslie did not find the silver arrows, we'll have to do spins here. Shouldn't be too tough, though.
Oh, I poked the pig. Don't poke the pig! But like I was saying before, like, of all the tech in A Link to the Past, nothing is really quite as impactful as being able to do silverless Ganon. Even if you're not very good at it, just not having to go get the silvers saves so much time and so many seeds. Like, let's compare like how much extra time Leslie's spending on this Ganon fight versus how long it would take him to go turn in like every fetch quest looking for those silvers.
Yeah, I had a lucky gun fight. That was perfect, I guess. With 2 doubles.
Yeah, it's always nice.
And down goes Ganon here for Leslie Pro.
Leslie finishing second on our restream, although Wallkicks is like right behind.
Mm-hmm. So Leslie Pro finishes here in 8th place overall with an official surround time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 1 second. Between them and Nilsson, which we announced last, is Corey in 7th.
GG's to Leslie.
And wall kicks on the last phase here of Ganon.
Wall kick's going for lamp strats on the silver list. So lamp, it's a lot easier than trying to like nail the triples, but it does cost you a cycle. There we go. Nicely done.
Yeah, down goes Ganon. Also for wall kicks. He will be crossing that bridge and then finish up in third.
Welcome Leslie to the voice chat. GG.
GG's Leslie.
Thanks, guys. That was a seed I thought I played pretty darn well, unlike the last time I was featured on one of these.
It was definitely a seed.
Yeah, I think the only thing I could have done differently maybe is get the Quake medallion sooner, but other than that, that was pretty good. Hey, where were the silvers? Because I saw the Light World hit, and I was like, wait, what? I thought I did everything in Light World.
Dig spot behind Mimic Cave.
That's what was under the shovel. Dirty game. Dirty. I knew that was something dirty, but I'm just glad it wasn't the ice rod.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough seed. So like if you just didn't go to both hammer pegs and green pendant like as soon as you could, you were almost definitely going to end up full clearing the game, which is what happened to all of our restream runners.
Well, for a full clear, I was PDQ pretty darn quick.
Yeah, no, I imagine you'll probably have like a mid 170s collection, but it's gonna like, for 2 hours. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, for all dungeons, I expected to be around the 2-hour mark anyway, so that was pretty good. So what I'd like to know is, what did our winner do to get a time that good? Holy smokes!
Yeah, Aaron finished 7 minutes before second place.
Yeah. Must have done the galaxy brain routing there.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did Egger before Eastern too, to mirror to Eastern, get his hammer instant, did hammer packs instant, then turned in the green pendant instant. Then you have this time, I guess.
Yeah, I think like the key is you have to have the mitts before going to the village, right? And then, you get the mitts first, and then get the hammer, then go to the village, and that way you get Quake on the way. And then all you have to do at that point is just, neurotically turn in the green pendant when you had better things to do. And suddenly you beat everybody by a massive amount of time. And welcome Wall Kicks to the voice chat as well. GG Wall Kicks.
Yeah, GG Wall Kicks. What also helped that seed was having a hint that said boots were on a tablet, because as soon as I saw that was the case, as soon as Sahasra handed me the book, I went for the tablets right away, because normally I wouldn't do that if it had said a unique item. I would have just waited, but it was boots. It was worth it.
So, Wall Kicks, I have to ask, are you aware that you can't spin Mopula with the butter sword?
It doesn't matter. I don't think I had butter sword at the time.
Or tempered or butter.
It doesn't matter.
Because I feel like everybody on the restream did it except for Leslie, I think. So I was wondering maybe if people just weren't aware that that's how Mopula worked.
That was the least of my concerns on this seed.
Yeah, no, it's like it costs you no time at all. It's a pet peeve of mine, okay?
It's all good, Koi.
Yeah, at the time I did Aga before Easter, and I figured, you know what? We have to do Aga anyway. Let's just get it out of the way. Try to pair Pod and Eastern, and Hammer wound up being French Vanilla, which, for me, worked out pretty darn good, because I figured in double dip Pod, finish Eastern, that's fine. Get Hammer, and I'm like, okay, now we're in business.
Yeah, I think because I did essentially the same thing after finishing Hera's. I went straight over to the Aga and did the Aga play and gambled that pod would have something, and yeah, it had the hammer. And then from there, I kind of just followed the items, and it worked for an hour. And then I decided to last location Quake because that is exciting.
Near last location Quake myself, so I'm in the same boat there. If it was not at Hammer Pigs, I was going for North Dark World.
Well,
No,
I
this
did
was just a rough
everything.
scene.
The only thing that I hadn't done before get Hammer Pigs was turn in the Smith, and obviously that was just the next thing I was going to do.
Yeah, it was just a rough scene. Like, Green Pendant, you were forced to be in a position where you didn't want to turn in Green Pendant.
Yeah, that too.
Like, you had to go to Eastern and Pod before getting the Green Pendant because it was Ice Ballast locked by the hammer, which was in Pod. So by the time you ever got the Green Pendant, you already finished both of those dungeons that were near the turn-in. So going to turn it in at that point is like a really inefficient check that was unlikely to pay off. And then Green Pendant's also one of the like terrible item locations that's can be chosen by the hint tiles. So like the whole time you're thinking like, well, I'll probably just find a hint telling me it's a piece of heart, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And then, I mean, a lot of the hints in this scene were just like, hey, there's a unique item here, there's a unique item there, there's a unique item everywhere in this game.
Yeah, that's it.
Basically.
I was like, come on, game, be a little more specific, please.
184.
Turns out most of these unique items didn't even have anything good behind them.
No, because the one near Meyer was Bombos. The one in Turtle Rock was, I'd imagine, I mean, it could have referenced Ice Rod. It could have also referenced the
but they were
shovel.
also
Catfish
well,
at
shovel
the
was
medallion.
Mimic.
Yeah, shovel
It
was
was
the
like
Mimic.
Mushroom and Half Magic were both in TR as well, which are unique items.
Something to that effect. I'm assuming.
I didn't finish Laser Bridge once I got the Ice Rod. I saw Ice Rod, gone.
Did the same thing. And since silvers were somewhere in Light World, the only two locations I have are Dig Spot and Mushroom, so.
Well, they told me it was the Dig Spot, so.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, that might have been worth going back if it were a Master Sword situation, but no. I was fine with taking on Silverless.
Yeah, I got these because my Go mode was the book.
Oh, wow.
Feels bad, man.
Ouch, Kinto, ouch.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's at least okay in the sense that, okay, you know all you need now is the boots.
Yeah, but I won the tablet gamble.
Yeah, this seed was something else, that's for sure.
And Terranigma, our last player on the restream, just now found his own boots, putting him finally in Go mode. Just one quick dungeon to finish, and he's off to GT.
Yeah, this seed also forced Aga for Dark World access, which for all dungeons isn't a bad thing necessarily, because you have to do Aga 1 anyway, so just...
As I said, I don't think it did. I mean, because you got flippers early, so you could pick up your glove at Hobo.
I just decided to route it the way I routed it, because I knew I had to do it, and I'm like, just do it, whatever.
Yeah, no, definitely, it makes sense to do that.
Did everyone Aga instead of the flipper checks and routed that with the mirror in?
I was fine with how I routed it. Sure, it might not have been required, but it kept me from having an embarrassing brain fart at the end and getting called a dingus by Ganon, which does happen if you go into the Ganon fight before clearing Aga 1.
Right.
Yeah, he's a bully.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can say there was... Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, as always, thanks for putting these on. Thanks for commentating, and everything that speed gaming does.
Oh, absolutely, our pleasure. I mean, like, I say this every time. You guys have the hard job, right? Like, we just gotta sit here and say what you're doing. You have to actually do it.
Yeah, that is true. And in the past 24 hours, I've been on both ends of it. The commentary end, which last night, if you didn't see it, watch the VOD, because that was a pretty fun commentary. And today, racing it, which to me, the seed was a bit rough, may have been a bit rough, but it was fun. because for all dungeons, I expect it to be rough.
At least everybody gets to go mode Ganon Tower.
I mean, making my GT Big Key 21 out of 22, totally commoding it.
Why didn't you Dark Magician?
You know what, Koi?
That's the other thing I could have done. I read it as such, but I decided to keep checking left side anyway, thinking the unique item could have been the silvers. Nope.
I don't think... I might be wrong, but I don't think unique items or silvers can be referenced by a unique item.
They are.
Yeah, okay.
Silvers are unique.
Yeah, the only items that don't count as unique for the hints are the bottles, the sword upgrades, the shield upgrades, and the mail upgrade.
Fair enough.
So half magic could have fallen into that. Well, good thing I didn't get baited by that. All I'm gonna say about that. Anyway, before I get out of here, thanks to Speed Gaming for doing these every day at 2 and 9 p.m. Eastern. These races are a lot of fun, and if you're thinking of joining them, I would strongly recommend doing so, as these seeds are a lot of fun. First timers, I'd recommend standard or open mode, because those are more straightforward. Key Sanity or some of the other modes can make your brain hurt. Trust me on that.
Cross keys. It's the best one.
Yeah, that one really hurt my brain. Just
Cross
from
keys is a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it's the best mode.
For some people.
I liked it more. I don't know why.
You still in the Cross Keys tournament?
Yeah, in the losers bracket.
Nice. Good luck here.
Thanks.
Still in it. Hey, it's like they say in poker. All you need is one chip on the table and a chair at the table, and you got a chance.
And Terra has taken down Lamolas, is now making their way up to Ganon's tower.
Not before
Gets dead rocked.
Dead rocked.
Now, twice. This is the second dead rock
Oh
here.
gosh,
That's bad, man.
I got dead rocked myself on the way back to Turtle Rock, which... yeah, I was not too thrilled about that. Ah well, it is what it is. Anyway, thanks to you guys for doing commentary, as well as for the trackers for doing the tracking. It's much appreciated, because I don't think we would have had a full of a restream without commentary or tracking, for sure.
Yeah,
Our
thank
pleasure.
you. Yeah, indeed. Thank you to you runners as well, both on the restream and the ones that have not been restreamed, for making these races possible at all. And give the runners a follow. I did the thing in the chat. So those 4 links you're seeing, go there and smash that follow button until you're sore.
Phrasing.
Well, I think if you hit it twice, it unfollows, right? Maybe just smash it one time really hard. One time.
Yeah, like one smashing, but as hard as you
Or at least an odd number of times. 7 times is fine, 9 is fine.
Oh,
17
Lord.
is fine.
And now we're dropping prime numbers. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. You guys have a good afternoon. Take care. GG's.
GG Leslie.
Terranigma making his way into Ganon's Tower. 2:17:51. And he's going left side first. Will we see the God route through
The
GC?
God Dark Magician.
Or will he do the insane play of going full left?
Which 2 of the 3 runners have done here?
I don't know why people do full left.
I don't know. I go Hope Room first too. So
Like there's cause for most of the routings through GT. Like it's not like Dark Magician is better than the Hope route or anything like that. It's just full left is bad.
well, they're avoid. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, he's
I was gonna
killing
say
this
they're
outpost. Why are you killing this mirror? Mirror. Do it.
Oh well.
Full left. Full left.
While Terranigma is progressing again in his tower, I'm gonna tell you lots what's going on Speed Gaming coming up. There's still a bunch of stuff here happening today, not on this particular channel, but on Speed Gaming overall. Over on Speed Gaming, we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Glitched Tournament at 6 p.m. Eastern. On Speed Gaming 2, we have the Kirby Nightmare Dreamland Any Percent Tournament at 7 p.m. Eastern. At 9 p.m. Eastern, we have the second randomizer daily race on Speed Gaming 2. And at 10 p.m., the on Speed Gaming, no number, Link's Awakening Warpless Tournament. So if any of these tickle your fancy, be sure to check those out. The 9 p.m. daily is going to be an open race. So basically this just without the pendant dungeons, at least hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
I will be in that race, so I sure hope so.
And tomorrow, there's no channel assigned to it yet, but at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard, New Super Mario Bros. DS tournament. So keep an eye out for that as well, if you're up that early.
How long until we start seeing some Super Mario Maker 2 speedrunning?
You know,
it has like the story mode, right? Like you can, you can browse the story mode.
I guess you could, yeah. If that has like save files that you can erase. But I'm sure there's gonna be Mario Maker races of like predetermined levels as well.
Sure.
Like some GDQs had those, so I'm not sure if Speed Gaming ever had Mario Maker though, the first one. Enigma getting their cave will be going to Ice Armos. Luckily with the Silver Arrows that it's not as much of a bother.
Get out of here, Armos Knights. Get out of here. Rip the full left.
And on to the right. So unless Terranigma gambles, Tile Room will be getting their big key soon.
Terranigma having a little bit of a brain problem here, forgetting the first two torches.
After seeing after a seat this long and last locationing, it's like mentally exhausted.
Oh my god. Alright, we did it. We did it. The big key.
And for good measure, Terranigma gets a super convenient refill there. And that blue goo.
Yeah, it's pretty likely you can find a small key in the location where you found the big key as well. And an extra small key in those chests would have saved a little bit of time. And
I just saw that chat asked how Hitsu only got one bottle. That was the bottle in a Venus Cave, I think. That they.
Yeah,
No,
Gina's
actually-
Cave and Purple Chest he didn't do.
Yeah, right. No, so that was the mushroom. That's right, the mushroom spot. The witch had one of those bottles. Hitsu did not pick up the one in Ganon's Tower that Hera just picked up, and did not do Athena or Purple Chest either. So. Belatedly, there you go, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. And we're into the gauntlet here. So since forgot mentioning it, wall kicks did finish with an official SL time of 2 hours 4 minutes and 46 seconds. In 10th place overall. Rel and Tank here had 9th place, which we haven't announced. Technolink in 11th. Nakanashi in 12th. Mrs. Scruff Ninja Tuna in 13th. Soliedu in 14th. Volta Dragon in 15th. IR Godzilla in 16th, and Quiz Bowl in 17th place. That's our finishers.
Fun little butter spin there. Very cool kill.
Wow, that was really
awesome.
spanky.
Yeah, I think that one fire rod shot hit all three of them at once.
Yeah. So Terranigma almost done here. He's opting to use Ether. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not comfortable doing that Somaria strat in this room, not a bad play.
One of the really awesome things about A Link to the Past, like one of the reasons why I love this game so much, is that those neat little tricks, like doing the Somaria kill in that room, they look so difficult. They look like it's something that, you know, you have to be really good at the game to be able to do.
Yeah.
But it's really not. It takes a little bit of practice. It's not free, but it's definitely something anybody could do if they wanted to learn it. There are a couple things in A Link to the Past that I would say are actually very difficult to do, but most of them aren't the biggest time saves.
I remember when I started doing, I did a vanilla playthrough to refamiliarize myself with the game before doing my first rando, and I was like, I've seen a few rando runs before doing so, and was like, okay, cool, I can do this, the hammer dash and everything, but I didn't know that at that point that it's that only works in the Japanese 1.0 version.
Right.
So I was like, why doesn't this work? This must be like a one-frame trick or something. And then
yeah, I definitely remember my first few rando runs. Like it took me a while before I started even getting like sub 3 hour runs.
Oh yeah.
just watching other runners and like the tournament races, and just when I see somebody do something and I'm like, how does he do that? I go to like the Discord and I say, how does he do that? And somebody tells me, and then suddenly I can do it too.
Man, these Aga patterns.
Oh, and he didn't fire his shot.
Wow.
Worst Aga ever. Not Terranigma. Aga's me, I mean.
Yeah. So do you think that the last one doesn't even fire the projectile anymore?
Nicely done.
There goes Aga 2. So on to Ganon. With gold sword, silver arrows, half magic, and all of that. That shouldn't be much of a problem for Terranigma. That pig will go down, and we'll have ham. Uses the little cape glitch where if you do some action while using the cape, it doesn't drain your magic meter. So, and that counts hugging a wall or one of those torches and just pulling on it.
Yeah, A Link to the Past is a little broken.
Well, at least the 1.0 version is.
Definitely. Nails that torch glitch. 2 arrows to go. You got this. Right here. Double, double. Nice.
Pew pew. And down goes Ganon for Terranigma hack. Just needs to cross that bridge, one of the hardest things in this game, obviously. And Terranigma hack.
GG.
GG's finishing in 18th, closing out the rear here with 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 13 seconds.
I don't know if we're gonna get an interview. Are you in the IRC?
Yes. 1 second here.
I think he's joining the voice chat. Welcome, Terranigma hack. GG.
GG.
Well done. This was a pretty not friendly seed on the whole,
Yeah.
would you say?
It was pretty weird. I think at the beginning I wrote kind of good, and then at the end it was bad when I was looking for the book.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate with the I think it was the book and then the Quake medallion as well, both in being in like very easy locations to orphan for most players.
Yeah, the problem with the Quake medallion was I was at the location, but I couldn't get it because I didn't have the hammer at that time.
Right,
I
right.
had to revisit the location.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I mean, I don't really disagree with your call or anything, like to go to the Village of Outcasts that early. But everybody else in the restream had gone to Pod first, so they had the hammer when they were there. Although only one of those players also had the mitts, so they ended up orphaning Quake anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just there was a big amount of variety in the way you could route the seed with where those progression items were hiding. Green Pendant being very rude.
Yeah. Also, this was my first all dungeon seed, so I was kind of surprised how it was routed. It was like, oh, you get item A, let's go to item this dungeon, to the next dungeon. Also, Ice Rod on Turtle Rock Laser Bridge was nasty.
Right.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah, just not a friendly seed.
No.
There was like a magical god route you could take to get a really good time, but it's just so unlikely for somebody to make those calls with where those items were.
Unless you're cold air or.
Oh, I don't think he counts though. Probably sold his soul to the rando gods.
So that's what these vampire spears on the pad were for.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
even picked him up. I picked him up.
Yeah, I think most players ended up pulling pedestal.
Yeah, I think everybody in the restream at least like checked it. I think Leslie was the only one who didn't pull it. Because he was the only one who had like the book there.
Well, he hates fun, so it makes sense.
Yeah. But I think everybody else pulled it, so you know. At least on the restream.
Well, I think we're about ready to wrap things up. Terranigma, do you have anything else to say? This is your time. Your time.
My time. I will thank you for the restreamers. Thank you for the tracker, for the commentary. Make sure you follow them. They probably did a good work. I don't know. They should have done good
Well,
work.
I don't know about Red, but no, thanks to you, Terramigma. It's like I always say this. It's so much more pressure on the runners than the commentary. Like it's so impressive that you're willing to put yourself out there in front of all those people and say, "This is me, and this is how good I am."
Yeah, it's the kind of. I'm not that good actually. I'm probably average, not even average, low average maybe.
I think you did great. I mean, it was like with different decisions, you would have gotten a much better placement, right?
Yeah,
it's not like your decisions were wrong; they were just not right for this seat. That's all.
yeah.
But I think that's gonna be it for us, Red.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, make sure that you continue watching the Speed Running Fun on the Speed Gaming Network of channels. I know that there is a race tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern among all those other ones that Red mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The Link's Awakening one, I think, really stood out for me. I'd like to watch that.
Yeah, the Link's Awakening is actually really cool speedrun. So if you haven't seen a Link's Awakening run yet, make sure to check out that race. I think it was at 10 p.m. I posted the schedule there, so check out the schedule. And if there's anything that tickles your fancy, make sure to head over there at the given time. Eastern is the default. So yeah, thank you to the runners again. Make sure to follow them. And thank you to our trackers, Fat Boy and Thoris. And thank you to Koi for the co-commentary.
Thank you. All right, guys, that's it for us. Have a good day. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.